Well, if y'all have followed this channel at all, you'll see that in the last, actually less than 2 years, we've had 3 motorhomes. Why? Well, stay tuned. I'll tell you why and how I did it. It's going to be a short video today. Now, hold down the applause. I get it. All right. But the reason being, this is tax season. I've had a lot of work to do to try to get things ready for taxes, and I had a little heart attack a couple of weeks ago. So this is going to be a very quick video. But if you are thinking about buying a motorhome, you might be interested in what I have to say, because I've had 3 of them in less than 2 years. The first one was a Thor Four Winds. I forget the exact model. It's about 30 feet long. Great coach. It served us well. Now, I bought this with the intention that I was going to rent it through some of the rental platforms, through RV Share and Outdoorsy, because I wanted it to pay for itself. And when I sold it for a good price, I was able to take advantage of depreciation and the expenses of it because I used it for a rental unit. So what would it be like buying an entry-level motorhome? And the Thor Four Winds was an entry-level motorhome. It had everything that you needed. You know, had a bedroom. It's kind of difficult to walk around and make.
This is how to make a bed in an RV. There's a lot of crawling around when you do this. Now, that's probably not the first time this is going to have to come off. And you got to get past this little lip over here again. Yank this thing on here. And that's just the beginning, okay? Hang on. Mattress covers on, fitted sheets on. It's a lot easier when there are 2 people. It's really a lot easier if one of those 2 people isn't me. Twist backwards because I took the thermostat off to clean the sensors, and if I don't twist backwards, my hits the thermostat. I gotta put the cover back on. I've got it cleaned and it's ready to go. Now that sheet's on, this is what it looks like.
Try making a bed in a motorhome. Everybody who has one will tell you it's quite an experience, and this was a tough one to make. Nice size queen bed, had a lot of storage for our clothes. The bathroom was good. Trying to think, there was one issue that the toilet was up on a platform, literally a throne, and just not the most convenient toilet, but everything worked. It was great. The kitchen was very small, but we could prepare a meal there. And the lounge, if you want to call it that, was good size. Had a sofa here, had a dinette on the other side. So everything you needed. And it had a generator. It was running on a Ford platform with the V10. Good coach, good solid coach. Rattled a lot, but it was a good solid coach. Coach number 2, I was able to buy that from the money that I made with coach number 1. Coach number 2 was a doozy. It was, I mean that in a good way. It was a peach. That's the correct word.
This is the 2013 Winnebago Aspect 27K. It's about 30 feet long, and it's not very high, which is good. I think it's less than 11 feet tall. I think it's a 10 and a half, something like that. Suits Miss Sherry and I pretty good. You can see it's got a slide out here, and that is a dining area. And then there's one on the other side, which is in the bedroom. It pushes the closet out. So we've actually got room to walk around the bed.
Winnebago did a great job building the Aspect. If you're looking to get into this and want a little bit more luxury, then look at the woodwork here. And this coach, there was a difference between this coach and the first one, in that the first one had been maintained and taken care of, but this coach had been loved. Look at the bedspread. It's a quilt, handmade by the original owners. Look at the valances, handmade by the original owners. There was just a difference in the way they were made, and the Winnebago was a bit more luxurious. It was a beautiful coach. It felt very solid. And again, I used that to make money. So with what I earned from Coach 1 and Coach 2, I was able to step into something that I think is going to be a bit more permanent for Sherry and me, because the ultimate goal is to travel the U.S., study American history, and pass what I learned on to you, and hopefully invite y'all to come out and meet me at different historical places. That's just a dream. I'm not anywhere close to doing that yet, but I would love to meet you at the Liberty Bell. I'd love to meet you at the Mayflower. So that's the goal. That's the big dream. But anyhow, that brought us to coach number 3. A lovely model. Absolutely a lovely model. Tiffin 34 PA, dubbed the couples coach. It doesn't have a bunk for extra people. You can turn the sofa out into a bed, which is where Tom stayed when we went to South Dakota a couple of months ago. Now, I bought this from a dealer. I'm going to say the experience with the salesman was good. The dealership as a whole was good, but people don't finance at a dealer. This is the big downfall. Don't finance at a dealer. Coaches 1 and 2, I had financed with my banks, with bankers who were friends of mine. That worked out very well. It was very simple. The big downfall to going through this dealer was the finance department. I had done my homework. I knew that interest rates, I should be able to get something around 4, a little bit above 4, and they were pushing me in at 5.5. They gave me all kinds of excuses, all kinds of runarounds. Now, in addition to that 5.5, I think this is what it was. That 5.5% that they were going to push on me said I could get a lower rate. I could get down in the 4s if I purchased their warranty program, their extended service contract, which only added $100 a month to the deal. I didn't think that was bad, but keep in mind, this is what I saw right at the end, that it might be $100 a month, but you can finance these things for 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, and they will finance it for the whole length of that. So you add $100 a month for the length of time that you are going to finance it, then you find out that the contract expires after 4 years. After 4 years, you have no coverage. Well, I said, no, I'm not going to do that. You know, if something goes wrong for a couple of $1,000s, I can fix that. I can take care of that. So I thought, I don't want that package. And that's when they told me that, well, then you're going to have to pay the 5.5%. And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I think the financing started, I think I met with them around noon. It was 5 or 6 o'clock that evening. I just had to sit at the table, pace the floor, because I think they wanted me to cave in and say, okay, I'll take the 5.5%. But I thought, I'm not going to cave in on this. I am going to stick with what I know is available there. And after a while, they came back out. After a while, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours later, they came back and said, okay, you can have it at the 4.5, 4.25, I forget what it was. And you don't have to buy the service contract. People, stay away from the dealer financing desk. Just run from it as fast as you can. That's where I think they make the majority of their money. I could be wrong, but anyhow, that just feels like abuse, customer abuse. I got a great coach. I had worked out a great price with the salesman. Then you sit down to the financing table. Stay away from it. Go to your bank. Go to a credit union. So anyhow, folks, that's it. I tell you, this is short. I'm not going to do a lot of editing. That's why I had 3 motorhomes in less than 2 years, and I think we've got a keeper. I will put a tour package together for you so you can see what this one is like. Thank you for putting up with me, and please like, subscribe, leave a comment. That's very important. Even if you just say, hey, okay, you know, like at the end of the videos, I always say, hey, tell your mom and them I said, hey, why don't you just leave a comment on what your mama said back when you told her that I said, hey? Just leave a comment at Mr. Jack. My mama said, hey, back. Or whatever your mama would say. If she would give you a recipe for a good biscuit. No, I can't do biscuits. I had a heart attack. Oh, well, anyhow, thanks for stopping. And tell your mama and then I said, hey.